wading through treacle, or swimming in glue. That's another one I heard recently. Or staring into space. Essentially being unproductive, right? Being unproductive. And I know that to our kind of our human mind, that part of us that is hyperachiever, that is super driven, even that ego part of us cannot stand that state of being when we are not being productive, when we feel like we're not accomplishing anything and we're not moving forward and we're not making progress and we're not taking action. And it can be a really painful state, because what it tends to do, or what our brain tends to do, is that it will then catastrophize and start to tell a story that, oh my God, I haven't done anything in forever, and it's been months since I was, making progress, and what's wrong with me? I mean, that's one of my classics when I'm in this state. It's like, God, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get myself to take action? So I want to talk about this because it's a phase that is actually an essential part of your growth. So when you are in this state, it's not been your forever state, has it? It's more often that it follows a period of really intense productivity, where you are on fire, you are in flow, you don't want it to end, you feel amazing, you're taking in perhaps all this new information, perhaps you're on a course learning loads of new stuff, you're taking in all of this good information and learning and knowledge, and then you're taking massive action and you're applying it and implementing it, and you just feel like you're in heaven. It's just an incredible state to be in, to your high achiever. Right? It's an incredible feeling, but it's not sustainable. And it's not sustainable because whilst you're on that upward trajectory, there is a lot of growth, there is a lot of expansion, there is a lot of absorption of new information. And in that process of growth and expansion, there has to be a period of integration. There has to be a period where you hit kind of that ceiling of how much you can take in before you then have to stop. And this is the plateau where you stop, and you have to allow that integration to happen, so that everything that you've taken in and learned and absorbed and implemented and grown as a result of, that has to then integrate to become a part of you and your DNA. So it's almost like, rather than like running 100 miles an hour and becoming it, you actually then embody it and you become it. So it's not a process of becoming. The plateau is where you actually are becoming. So that at the end of this phase of like not doing anything and feeling like, it feels like you're sludging through treacle or swimming in glue or whatever it is. It feels like that because you're resisting it, because you don't like it. It doesn't feel familiar. It's not comfortable to just down tools for a period and allow yourself to integrate that, all of that growth. So my encouragement to you is, if you are feeling that way, if you are hitting that proverbial wall, to drop resistance, let go of the resistance. This is something I have to practice. I have to consciously tell myself, okay, this is a plateau. You've had a lot of internal expansion. You've done so much. You've been through so much, or you've experienced so much. It's time just to integrate. You're on the plateau, and that's a healthy place. You cannot keep, it's not, growth is not a constant upward trajectory.